Podcast, I honestly had no idea what we'd be talking about.
Well,
so
of course.
thinking,
You're not supposed to. I didn't even give you any kind of
right.
information
I
whatsoever.
had no hint at all. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to talk about? But then I thought about, and with the name weddings in there, I thought about, well, maybe people are going to want to buy wine as gifts for weddings.
And a lot of people do.
So I looked through all my wines and I thought, which ones would people want to buy? So I'm going to talk about a couple of them. I actually am sold out of them right now.
Nice.
But I am releasing them again July 23rd.
Okay.
So these two wines have a little bit of a story with them. And it seems to me like they could also be matched to a new couple. I just got married.
Yeah.
Right? So they could be a nice wedding gift.
Okay.
So the first one is we do this really, really beautiful Washington Cab blend called Notorious Blank Blank Blank.
That's what it's actually called?
It is. Notorious Blank Blank Blank. So here's the deal. We got the idea to make a wine to commemorate the passing of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure you guys will remember when she was all around. And then one Friday we were here, and I don't know why, that TV sitting right there in front of us was on with CNN. Like, never do we have CNN on.
Yeah.
And that Friday, it was announced that Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed. And I swear everybody here in the tasting room just started bawling.
Yeah.
It's like,
an
oh
awesome
my God,
lady.
she was an amazing woman. So we said, we want to do something to commemorate her. So, she got the nickname Notorious RBG from Notorious B.I.G.
B.I.G.,
right?
yeah.
And notorious typically means something that you're known for in the world that's bad.
Yeah.
And I kept scratching my head like, why'd she get that nickname? Because this woman only did amazing things in the world.
Exactly.
So we kind of took a spin on this idea of Notorious RBG. And whenever we pour this wine and then people fall in love with it, which they do because it's a gorgeous wine.
Yeah.
We tell the story about making the wine for Ruth, and we say, she's passed away, and now it's our responsibility to carry the torch and to do good in the world. So if you want to take a bottle of this home, I want you to think about and claim what is it that you want to be known for in the world that's good.
Okay.
And perhaps you might say something like, look at me putting you on the spot. What do you want to be known for in the world that's good?
Talking to people and making them feel good about themselves.
Brilliant.
Yes.
And I'd say, great. So then tell me your initials.
What's it? NUU.
Great. And I'd grab a Sharpie, and in these three blanks, I would fill in NUU, and you would become Notorious NUU. And you get your own customized bottle of wine.
Son of a bitch. That's
Isn't
pretty
that
awesome.
Cool? So what this is, the picture on this is our wine glass logo with Ruth Bader Ginsburg collar of descent that she used to wear.
I thought I recognized
exactly.
that. Okay.
Right? So now you're Notorious NUU.
Nice.
And I was thinking, for a wedding, this would be pretty cool. Like the bride could give it to her groom, or the groom to her bride, or groom to groom, or bride to bride, or I don't care. We don't care. It doesn't matter. Or if you're gifting it to the couple, the happy couple, you could put like the date of the wedding and it become the Notorious Wedding.
Yeah.
So we thought that would be a pretty good gift, and it is a stellar wine. The very first vintage we made of 2018 won double gold, best in class, and 98 points.
Nice.
I'll come back to that idea in a minute when you get to future questions. So Notorious we'll have available in mid-July, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Nice, okay.
Another one that's, if I could drop the S-bomb, smart ass.
Yes, go right ahead.
It's a little bit more smart ass, but I thought it would be a nice wedding present, too. So we do a Malbec Cab Franc blend.
That was Malbec.
It's gorgeous. Named, you ready? Ready. Sofa King Tragic. Let me say that again. Sofa King Tragic. Sofa King Tragic.
Sofa King Tragic.
Sofa King Tragic.
I got that. Okay,
and
all right. Listen to that, listeners.
Bad listeners. Sorry, guys. It is SOFAKING. Sofa King Tragic.
That's crazy.
And the picture is a screaming, crying baby. So this wine is the result of an accident that we had in the back of our last winery. So it was November of 2017. Harvest was done, and Pam was on the forklift, basically just stacking barrels and putting them to sleep for the winter. And she was in the back. She had 4 barrels on the forklift and 2 on the ground, and she was coming into the back of the winery and hit a bump. And of course, it was Seattle in November, and it was raining.
Yeah.
Hits the bump, and the 4 barrels slip off the wet tines of the forklift, fall on top of the 2 on the ground, and 6 barrels of wine all over the winery. And it was so fucking tragic. And we were crying like babies. Long story short, she was smart enough, because she's gifted, to be able to salvage a couple of barrels. We didn't have a choice but to put them together.
Yeah.
A 50-50 blend of Malbec and Cab Franc is not a normal blend, but dang, it sold like hotcakes. And I don't know if it's because the wine is so beautiful, or maybe it's the name, or the crying baby,
maybe the crying baby. I think it's the crying baby.
It could be the
and
crying
the name.
baby. But when I was thinking about this podcast, I was thinking, if you were a little bit of a smart ass, and like your best friend was marrying someone you didn't like, it's so fucking tragic that you're getting married. So anyway, very, very fun wine. It often, it's beautiful, but it sells simply because of the label and the story and the name, and it's a fun wedding.
That's awesome.
So,
I love that.
I thought I'd share those both with you. We have many, many beautiful wines, but these two have good stories to them.
Oh my God, I love that. I love the story, the background to that too. And yeah, if the listeners, if you guys could actually see the picture of this baby just going at it.
Crying like a baby.
Crying like a baby. Yeah, so you heard it here first here at Address Wines. Miss Julie said you should get this so fucking tragic Malbec blend. Did I say that right?
You did.
And I did.
Heavy emphasis on the middle part.
Yeah, I know, right? And so I'm going to have to, when I'm done with this episode, I'm going to have to put explicit on my my upload, because I don't usually curse on here, but it's okay. Hashtag explicit. Hashtag so fucking tragic. And that's the actual name of the wine. So yeah, Malbec blend. I love Malbec. So yes, thank you so much for that.
You are welcome.
That is awesome. All right, so we're gonna go right into some music as well. Go get some Bollywood music going on. We are here at Address Wines here in Woodingville with Miss Julie, and we're going to come right back to ask her the rest of my interview questions and talk a little more about some wine. So we'll be right back. Welcome you guys in, the new listeners coming in. Weddings, Music, and Wine streaming live right now on Spreaker.com. We'll be right back. Got a little bit of Bollywood, Indian music, happy vibes, Diwali version. Man, let's go.
This is DJ Nuu, the most interesting DJ in the world. This is DJ Nuu, the most interesting DJ in the world.
Welcome back to Weddings, Music, and Wine with Nuu, live streaming on Spreaker.com, available on all major streaming services, including iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Deezer, JioSaven, and Google Podcasts. Sponsored in part by The Den, ENT, because you can find everything you need in The Den. Hope you guys like that Bollywood Diwali version cocktail hour instrumental for your next event. We are here at Address Wines in Woodinville, Washington, with Miss Julie. And she is the co-owner. She's the wine extraordinaire, tasting room manager. She's done it all. She's telling us all. We're having a great time right now, trying out a couple of wines as well. I hope you guys has been listening in. If you're not listening in, that is totally your fault. And I do not respect you at all. I'm just playing with you guys. You know I will talk my crap, but I will back it up as well. But the past 5 episodes, like I said, this is the 1 month anniversary, and so I hope you guys are still just keep listening in, keep tuning in. This show talks about the tips of the do's and don'ts of planning your wedding day, along with other tidbits about your special time with upcoming special speakers to guide you through your amazing day. Music with original instrumentals for your listening pleasure, with guests from the music world, DJs, singers, and more artists coming along, with also actor extraordinaires also. And last, but definitely not least, the wine, or maybe wines of the day, like we're doing today, wines plural. A synopsis, the background of the wine itself, and as I said before, while alone drinking and having fun throughout the show, as I talk and get educated myself by wine enthusiasts, as I have right to my left, and also visiting wine venues and establishments like we are right now. Address Wines, here in Woodville, Washington, wine country, talking with Miss Julie, co-owner, tasting room manager of the establishment. Tell us what we're doing next, Miss Julie.
Well, one of the first things that most people ask us is, what is address? Like, what is that? So let's just cut to the chase. Address is a made-up word. It is a portmanteau. Mm-hmm. And a portmanteau is when you take 2 words and smash them together to make a new word.
I've done that many times.
Especially when I'm drunk. I am not drinking. I am working. So Pam's last name is Adkins.
Okay.
Adkins.
Gotcha.
My last name, as you've said several times beautifully, by the way, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bulris.
Yes.
Address.
Address. I love it.
That makes the name of the winery, because
nice.
we both own it together and we both put our heart and soul into it. Now, people still slaughter the name.
Oh, of course.
Right?
I slaughtered it when I first walked in.
Rice, Adrice is one of my favorites, and so...
Because they think it's French or something?
Something
Italian or whatever.
All kinds of stuff. So our tagline is, what's at your address? Mm-hmm. Because it sounds like
that's
address.
What it says out there. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And just in case anybody wants to go to our website and take a look at any of our beautiful wines, you can visit us at www.addresswines, ADRICEWINES.wine. What? Not .com. Check out that DNS. .wine.
.wine. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to ask you the rest of these questions that I have for you. What goals in the wine industry are you still working to achieve as of now?
All right. Well, I told you I'd come back to this. Mm-hmm. Notorious won 98 points.
Yeah.
Every winemaker's dream is to produce a 100-point wine.
Of course.
And so we're just going to keep hacking away at it till we get it.
Yep. And you're going to get it too.
I believe it.
Yeah. I know you will.
Yeah.
I know. All right. So, who do you most admire? I asked you at this. I prepped you on this earlier, so you had a little bit of time to think about it. So, who do you most admire in the world of wine?
Yeah. Don't laugh when I say this.
I will.
My wife Pam.
Well, why would I laugh at that? No, yeah, you just supposed to admire her.
There's a bajillion people out